Plant and animal cells. In this video we are going to look at the introduction to cells, unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms, main parts of the animal and plant cell, similarities and differences between animal and plant cells. All living organisms, including humans, plants and animals, comprise tiny building blocks called cells. A cell is the smallest unit of a living thing. Cells are invisible to the naked eye, but can be seen through a microscope. Cells are stained using colored dyes to enhance the visualization of the cell, or specific cellular components under a microscope. Organisms. Any individual form of life that can grow and reproduce is called an organism. If an organism contains only one cell, it is called a unicellular organism. The organisms that have a lot of cells are called multicellular organisms. Humans, animals and plants are multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms. They have particular adaptations to help them survive in the environment in which they live. Euglena has a tail-like structure that helps them to swim. Amoeba squeezes the excess water inside them using a vacuole. Euglena and amoeba are unicellular organisms. Yeasts come from the family of fungi, which can be unicellular or multicellular. However, yeasts are primarily unicellular. Since bacteria are single-celled microbes, they are unicellular organisms. Animal cell. Animal cells are the building blocks of all living things in the animal kingdom. The main parts of the animal cell are ribosomes. Proteins are made in this part of the cell. Lysosome. This array of enzymes breaks down polymers. Nucleus. It is called the brain of the cell, and it encloses the DNA. Cell membrane. It transports nutrients to cells and expels toxic substances from cells. Cytoplasm. A thick solution that fills each cell and is enclosed by the cell membrane. It is mainly composed of water, salts, and proteins. Most of the chemical reactions take place here. Mitochondria. It generates the energy needed for the biochemical reactions in the cell. Nucleus. It produces and assembles the ribosomes of the cell. Golgi vesicles. These are called traffic police, as they direct the cell's proteins and membrane constituents to the correct destinations. Golgi apparatus. This organelle takes proteins and lipid molecules processed by the ER and puts them into vesicles. Endoplasmic reticulum. It appears as two interconnected parts, rough and smooth ER. Plays a crucial role in protein synthesis and transport. Vacuole. It stores food, water and waste. Centrioles. This part is responsible for organizing microtubules. Pinocytic vesicle. It acts as the carrier of extracellular fluids. Microtubules. It helps the organelles move inside a cell's cytoplasm. Plant cell. A plant cell is the structural and functional unit of plants. The main parts of the plant cell are cytoplasm. Many cellular activities happen in this part of the plant cell. Nucleus. It produces and assembles the cell's ribosomes. Nucleus. It houses the DNA in chromosomes. Ribosomes. They break down proteins into their simplest form, called amino acids. Chloroplast. It allows plants to capture the energy of the sun. Amyloplast. It produces starch and stores that in plants. Peroxisome. It takes part in several oxidation processes. Endoplasmic reticulum. It is involved in synthesizing and transporting proteins. Cell wall. It provides strength and protection against stress. Cell membrane. It separates the plant cell's internal and external environments. Vacuole. This part is responsible for maintaining water balance in plants. Mitochondria. It produces the energy required for the functioning of the cell. Golgi apparatus. It produces large amounts of cell wall polysaccharides. Animal cell versus plant cell. There are a few things that are common in animal and plant cells, and a few are different. The common features are: both plant and animal cells are eukaryotic, so they contain membrane-bound organelles like the nucleus. The nucleus contains the genetic information for that organism. They both contain a jelly-like substance called cytoplasm, thin skin around the cell called cell membrane, and a tiny structure that releases energy called mitochondria. Some of the differences between the two are: only plants have chloroplasts, cell walls, and the large central vacuole. The rigid outer structure is called the cell wall. The chlorophyll-rich structure, which is like a disc or oval shape, is called chloroplast. The large central vacuole is used to store food and water.